plastic repair training within OEM specifications. Over 80% of these parts are repairable, so throwing away this amount of plastics must stop. When we deliver our training programs, we cover reshaping, plastic welding, gauges to measure the overall thickness of repair. So you can see here we're reshaping and reforming this defect in the bumper to reinstate it as close as possible to original profile, so that we can actually just finish with primer rather than fillers. And then again, this is working within factory specifications because we can measure the overall thickness of repair the end of the process. You see the technician on his training course here now is using the DA to highlight any final low spots before they're reheated and pressed back up. There you can see this BMW bumper is within specification, because all it needs now is some plastic primer and some high build primer. So here we can see the Positector. This is a very interesting product because you can change the heads over and measure multiple substrates. There's an ultrasonic gauge, which is what's being used here. So you can use some couplant, which goes onto the end of the sensor, and it's using ultrasonics to measure the thickness of the coatings. See, there's 37 microns there. A lot of the OEs are specifying the minimum, the maximum coating thickness is 150 microns. There's another example of reshaping and reforming without the need for filler. There's quite a bad defect and damage in that bumper. Now it's been reinstated, so it's only going to require some sanding and some priming. It's a typical example of a plastic part that's ripped away, which goes up into the trim clip, hold the bumper onto the quarter panel. And there's an example of the strength that you can reinstate into those parts.
Do me a favour, Mike, just steady that bumper, so I'm going to put some pressure on this and see, pull in to see if it's, see how strong that
just to
repair is.
test the strength of the repair. If one of your clients knows that's where the bumper was damaged, they may well give the bumper a quick pull, a quick test, and they collect the vehicle just to see, is it been repaired? Is it strong enough? As you can see, where this part was ripped away, that's a fairly strong repair. It's a part that was discarded, and we reinstated the shape and welded up the split as part of a training course. So if you do decide to put some technicians onto a training course, we can teach them the art of reforming and reshaping. As you can see, this is it's coming back into shape quite nicely. It's actually an apprentice that repaired this part. Staple was there just to hold a bit of strength while the weld was put on the outside, and then the staple was removed from the back, and then it was welded from the back as well. And we can do this within original substrate thickness. We always train in a theory environment and a practical environment to ensure that the technicians remember all aspects of the course and have a repeatable process to use when they're back at work. Practical training taking place. You can see those three technicians are quite engrossed in the training program. So the source was AutoBiz, and they produced this document to do with Volkswagen. Volkswagen insists there's no repairs within 25 centimetres of a lane assist sensor. Here you can see there's a repair being carried out on this bumper. There is a small amount of flexible plastic filler, and we can see that the welded repair is 3.3 millimeters thick. And that's where the crack was, and there's welds on the front and back. And we've got that down to 3.3 or 3.2 millimeters thick. That's the welded repair without filler. Got to the other side, which is in the same location as the repaired area, and we can see that OE is 3.6 millimeters thick. So we know we've got between 0.4 and 0.3 to apply filler and subsequent primer. We've actually reduced this thickness further, and now we're at 3.1. If you see on the gauge a second ago, it's 3.1 with the flexible filler in situ. So now this just requires some high build primer and a good block, and then it can be painted. Here's another example of a tool which is at the high end of the scale. If you're doing big volumes, it's a very good tool to have, the injection welder. Hope this has been useful. It explains a little bit more about what we're doing. If you want to book your training, please go to the website and request your dates. Thank you for watching.